Make sure to follow me on Twitter for all updates. Enjoy the video. Hello YouTube and welcome to Sins of the Prophets. We're taking a little break from Star Wars Ascendancy to play a little Sins of the Prophets today because it received an update, so I thought I'd check it out. This is a voiceover, not live commentary, so just keep that in mind. I think I left the quick start on, so I started with a Marathon and an Orion. The thing I was really excited about for this, actually, is that they added the Phoenix-class colony ship refit back in as a mainline capital ship. And I particularly like that ship for some weird reason. I don't know what it is, but I like that ship. It's not the strongest warship, but I guess it carries a lot of troops, so I guess that's what's kind of cool. Yeah, and I just built 15 Prowlers. We're playing on the new map also. Was it called like Rookies First or something like that? I totally didn't catch that at the beginning of the video there. But yeah, it's a new map that they just added in. I guess it's for beginners, and it's actually pretty good because you start off on a really strong foot. I mean, on the quick start, I don't know if it's in every mode, but you start with 4 planets, which is something a little weird. You don't usually start with 4 planets. You also start with 2 asteroid belts, like right next to you, that have a crap ton of resources, and you start, the enemy starts on the opposite side of 2 weird wormhole jumps and doesn't get as many planets as you. So, you know, you kind of start with an advantage, which is kind of cool. You can see my army of Prowlers and a few of my Paris-class frigates hiding in there, actually. So I had to quickly kind of deselect here because I'm like, I don't want to select my Prowlers and bring them into the fleet. And then I'm like, let's select it this way. So I select together my main fleet here, get it going, so that way I have my little fleet ready to go for when I finally decide to assault something. Interesting story is I actually did, what's the word? I did actually, shoot, what's the word? I recorded a 2-hour-and-ish, a half-ish Let's Play on this exact map as this exact UNSC and this exact everything. It just happened to have been recorded in the wrong format, so it kind of got screwed up and I have to re-record it, so here we are. But yeah, so this is going to be probably a 5-episode little tiny series. It won't be replacing Star Wars Ascendancy. I just decided I'd put this up since I happened to notice there was an update to the mod, and I figured I'd I don't know if it like literally came out today or yesterday, but I decided to do it. So here we are. And as you can see here, I'm just building up my research strength by putting 3 on each of these, which gives you a total of 9. So I've got 1 extra, which isn't really necessary because these are backline planets, as I call them. So these planets are well behind my my front line and aren't likely to get attacked or hit in any way. But yeah, so it just gives it a little extra defense. So you see here, I'm going to build more. These planets are all behind my capital, and my capital is the only route to these planets, which means if I am fighting at these planets, it means I've lost my capital. And I don't see that happening, but you never know. You never know what could happen. And let's see, I destroyed these because, of course, I don't need those. And I need the extra space, actually, because I don't think I noticed there, but I only destroyed 1 of them, I think, in that click, but it's not a big deal. I totally, I want to build my Titan Foundry at my capital, and I totally need more space, so I can do that. And there's my research for the Phoenix-class colony ship, pretty psyched for that. And I'm like, oh, should I get the new capital ship? I'm like, no, I better just get my my light ships upgraded, because obviously the Halberd Destroyer and the Halcyon are actually probably the best non-capital ships you can build for combat-oriented purposes. I mean, there are probably better support ships than that, but those are like the best combat ships. So I usually like to fill out my ranks with quite a few of those. And for whatever reason, I noticed that they built my stuff way over there, which is kind of annoying because it's on the opposite side of the planet that I would prefer to have my shipyard, but you know, it'll do. And you see, I have my fleet on its way to take out that the enemy base. I'm sorry if my voice keeps kind of wandering off here, because my kitten is wandering around in my room and being a little nuisance, so I keep having to look away from the screen to see what she's doing, because as you guys know, she just had her little spaying surgery, so she's got a little boo-boo on her stomach, or well, sort of on her stomach. I don't think it's actually on her stomach, but you know, little boo boo on the bottom section of her little cute butt there. And so I have to make sure she doesn't do anything too extraneous to cause injury to herself for the next 10 to 14 days. Joy. She also has to wear a cone, which she keeps running into everything with, which is really funny and sad at the same time. But anyways. Yeah, I don't know what to commentate, to be honest. It's just stuff happening, you know. This is probably yeah. I build a phoenix, and then I'm like, oh, let me build something. I'm like, oh, should I build another capital ship? I'm like, what should I do? And then I'm like, you know what? Screw it. Let's build another Orion. I find having 2 Orions in the fleet is actually good, even though they're not that good of a ship. It's helpful if you don't want to carry colony ships around with you all the time. It's convenient to have 2 Orions because then if one gets destroyed, you still have a colony ship sitting around in your fleet to help you out. By the way, guys, Star Wars comes out in 2 days. Even though this isn't a Star Wars related video, still, I'm psyched. Star Wars is coming out. Yes! I'm so excited. Actually, I was going to start my Star Wars marathon today. I was going to watch all the movies in preparation. But I totally didn't start watching them today, so I'm going to have to binge them all pretty much tomorrow after work. I'm going to have to start watching them all. Because I don't know if I'm going to have much time to watch them after work on Wednesday, because I got a lot of stuff to do Wednesday, so we'll see what happens. But anywho, yeah, so I've taken this planet, and this is actually, Liberia here is actually going to be one of my frontline positions, so I'm actually going to fortify the heck out of that, and that's going to be one of my frontline planets in defense against the Covenant onslaught, along with the planet just off to the other side there, which is also a barren planet, which will also be a defensive planet for my position. Yeah, so that's sort of the plan of the defense. That's what I did last game. It kind of worked out. The Covenant like steamrolled one of those bases really fast, but they didn't get past that planet. They just beat the ever-living crap out of my defenses at that planet, and here we are. So, oh yeah, here's my colony ship. Unfortunately, in this replay, I was a little tired, so I didn't do all the fancy camera work I did in the first time I played. I actually did a lot of really close zoom-ups and stuff on all the ships, which I'm afraid I didn't do here because I was I was a little tired and frustrated that I lost my 2.5-hour footage. So I kind of didn't do a bunch of close-ups and zoom-ins of all the ships and stuff as I did the first time around. Sorry about that. Yeah, I'm a little upset I didn't do it, but you know what you're going to do. And I was like, oh, let's get halberds. They'll be built first, so I can just mass-produce halberds and then get some halcyons. And I'm like, wait, no, I better build some extra halcyons. You know, the usual guffins. Stop attacking my foot, you little demon. Not you guys, my cat. But anyways. Yeah, but you can see the way my planets are set up. The Coveys over there, they have the homeworld similarly positioned. Similarly, not exactly the same. They have a homeworld more back where that farthest back planet is, and then there's 2, what are they called? Wormhole portal things that actually connect up to the front, where one of the homeworld planets is where my homeworld is one of the wormhole planet things. And then they connect up to those 4 front planets. And they have the 4 front planets where I'm setting up my defenses, and then there's the 2 other planets. They have those also, and then there's a little scout. And I'm like, attack it! And I'm like, oh, wait, it's cloaked. Never mind. We're going to just get a move on here. Da-da-da-da-da-da-da. Again, not a whole lot to really say, because, again, there's not really much going on. It's just kind of watching me click things. Like, there's some upgrades. I mean, there's not much to say to that either. Sorry I disappeared for a second there. I was cooking, trying not to burn the house down again, like I did the last time. I think I was playing a Sins of the Solar Empire game, and I think I almost burnt my house down because I left something in the oven or something. I'm a genius. Anyways, yes, so we are doing things, and more stuff. Yeah, great commentary. There's not really a lot to say. Again, there's no action going on right now for me to talk about. I mean, this was all pretty much just build-up. Just setting up my defenses, getting my upgrades in, building planets. And my multitasking is a little off right now in this particular video because I was a little tired. Again, I did just play for 2.5 hours previous to this moment. So I was quite tired. I'm building up my economy, getting all my refineries and trade stations and stuff. So that way I can basically beat the Covenant at their own game of mass-producing ships. Although I'm going to reference it, you guys didn't get to see it, but in the previous 2.5 hour record I did this, the Covenant kept striking me from like 2 different planets at the same time. While I would advance, they would just like hit me, and it was really annoying. But it's okay, because I killed them and they lost. So we're going to do the same thing here. We're going to kill them until they're dead, because that's how you kill things. And yeah, so you can see I'm building up my fleet so I can go take these 2 center planets on the way to my other defense planet. Now, the reason I haven't attacked those asteroids yet is actually because there's a Covenant force defending it. Like the little AI guys there are actually Covies. So I need a slightly bigger fleet to take them because, you know, Covenant forces are a little bit OP'd. So I like to get a little bit bigger fleet. I also like to establish my front lines before I start throwing my ships at those back areas. So I'm not sure if they fixed the slip space glitch, by the way. It didn't show up much in my 2.5 hours. It showed up at the very end, and it actually was when the Covenant forces were trying to jump between their home world and one of the wormhole jumps spots. So I'm not sure if that meant anything, but it did start showing up there. And yeah, so I don't know if they've cleared it in all the other places, but yeah, I don't really know. But it did seem to kind of go away, so maybe they improved it. I don't know. To be honest, I can't remember what the slip space glitch was caused by. All I know is it's just their ships would just not go to slip space for some reason. They would just kind of, you know, sublight it between planets, which is always a great idea, you know, because, you know, sublight is so much more efficient and faster than FTL travel between planets. Duh. But anyways, Callie. Just trying to scratch the door. You can't go out there. It's dangerous for little kittens. Anyways. Building up the fleet. Getting the fleet together to go take some planets, so that way I can advance my economy. That's really all those 2 planets in the middle. R4 is pretty much economical advancement. Ugh. This chair, I swear. I also forget that there's a speed up button, which I probably should have been using a lot more than I have been. Oh, this is where I'm like, how do I turn off VSync? I don't actually know if there is a VSync option, but if there is, I clearly have it enabled someplace. Because the footage I'm recording seems to be, it was locking at 30 FPS. Now, that may just be, I think, because I'm recording it at 30 FPS, because I think I have my open broadcaster stuff set for online. And when I have it set for online, I don't do 60 FPS, I only do 30. It's just a bitrate thing. Whenever I try and stream it, even if I stream 720p at 60 FPS, the whole stream craps itself and it won't work. I think it's because 60 FPS probably requires a much higher bitrate, which unfortunately I don't have the upload speed or internet speed to accommodate. So, and here we go. We jumped into a planet with some hostiles. There's an Athens carrier. So my fleet's going to go blow them up. Also, I forgot I was going to actually do a list of what the changes were for the mod, wasn't I? Oh, well, I forgot. One of the changes was they changed the assault. They added back in the Phoenix, as I said earlier, which is in my fleet, which of course I don't zoom in on because I'm a dingus, but I zoomed in on it in my first Let's Play of it. They also changed one of the ships for the Innies I think it was that one. No, it wasn't that one. That's just the Halcyon. They changed something. It has a weird name. It looks cool. It's like a little tiny ship. I think they changed it instead of a Mako or something. They changed it to this. And then they changed something else. I think they also may have changed some of the graphics because they look a little different. But then again, I think I haven't played UNSC properly since the major update when I was playing as the Covenant in my last series. So, I may just not have noticed those changes. But they were there. There it is. It's the Gladys class heavy Corvette. It's right there. Of course, being who I am, I didn't zoom in on it. But that was it right there. It looks really cool. They also made a change to the Infinity, if I recall. Now the Strident class is a built-in thing. It just always happens. Now, to be honest, I don't really know what the difference is because it's still an ability, and your ship still starts at maximum level. So I don't really see what's the point of changing that, but I'll let it go. Hey, Callie keeps attacking my feet. But yeah, so they did that. That was a change they made. They changed it so like you know how the Infinity can drop Stridents from itself. It used to be like an ability. So when you would first get the Infinity, you would click into the ability, the little ship ability tab, that thing there with the the little shield and the star on the right of the right there of the UI on the assault carrier. You would click in there, and then there was abilities, and one of them was the Stridents, and you could select it. Now, originally, the Infinity started at level 1 and had to level up to actually get all of its upgrades. So it made sense that maybe they would want to make the Strident to drop ability just default, because it seems kind of silly to make you select it when theoretically it would have always been built in, because that's just how the ship was built. But now they've made it so that it's always built in, right? But the issue is that they also made it that I think all Titans start max level. So in a way, it's completely pointless, I think, to have that ability, to have it already pre-selected, because you basically can unlock all the abilities for the Infinity anywho. Unless there was a thing or something that got unless one of the things in there had one more upgrade that you couldn't get because you would select the Stridents, which I'm not sure if that's true or not, because I really don't know. But maybe. If any of the devs have any comments on that, I just noticed that. I thought it was kind of weird. I'm not sure why they would change that, since you could already get all the upgrades immediately anywho, since the ship starts at max level. But I don't know. Maybe there was a balancing purpose or a reason behind it. So I won't judge too harshly. I'm sure they had a reason because they did it. And they're not stupid, because look at this mod. It's absolutely amazing. So they had to have a reason. I'm not completely sure what that reason is, but I'm sure they had a reason. There's all these weapon upgrades I got to get, but we're a little early on. As you can see, I have nearly 50,000 credits there, so I'm going to be getting some serious upgrading going on. But I think right now I was focusing mostly on getting my defenses going and taking some planets, and I haven't really been paying attention to my my research. So at this point, I think I remember now. I was looking for an upgrade that unlocks the orbital command. I'm like, oh, there it is, because I'm an idiot, and I didn't realize it was the first AI upgrade. Yeah, I was trying to find, where's the orbital command upgrade, guys? I don't know. Do I zoom in on one of those ships yet here? I don't, maybe. I'm focus firing the Athens there. Not that it's the strongest ship there, but I don't know. It seemed like a good idea. All the machine gun bullets and things flying around. Such a cool thing. There's a Paris about to get wasted. There's another Athens. I'm destroying. There's an Orion, the final word. Right. And boom. Both gone. I think I just kind of let them do their thing. I don't usually micromanage them against the innies all that much, because usually it's not really all that necessary, because the innies aren't all that strong. But, oh yeah, here I am sort of setting up my defenses for this planet. I'm just checking to make sure I have my upgrade for dual anchor stations. So I'm going to put them in here. Boop 1. And boop 2 right there. Yes. And then I build my orbital command a little bit back from there. And then I actually do put some shipyards here because I don't really have a whole lot of... I don't need to put many logistic structures on these. Normally when I play, my frontline plants also have to have logistic structures just so that I can actually, well, you know, actually have enough logistics to get my upgrades. But because I started with all those back plants that can take like 6 apiece and still have more room, I pretty much didn't have to worry about it. So I didn't even bother worrying too much. Yeah, so, you know, good things all around. So my frontline plants can produce ships, so that's always good when you're on the offense, because then you have a closer point to deploy reinforcements. We're launching an attack on whatever the heck that planet's name was. I just realized that planet had a really funky name. We are en route. Building my trade stations here because I don't really need much else on these planets. These planets are really just sort of extra resources. They don't really have a lot of purpose, and actually the reason that they're good is that there are massive, one of them, this one specifically, has a ton of deuterium resources, and the other one has a ton of titanium. So it's like they're the two opposite planets of that, which is cool. And here they're under construction of this. I always, my upgrades are very simple on the orbital stations. Oh, and here I am doing a quick save because I'm like, oh, hey, it's the end of the game. I need to stop playing. I saved, and then I'm like, oh, yeah, pause again. All right. Well, that was the end of that episode, actually. I'll tell you about my upgrades in the next episode. So I'll see you guys on Thursday, actually. I'll see you guys Thursday for the next Sins of a Solar Empire video. And I know that's kind of weird because Star Wars comes out that day and you think it'd be a Star Wars video, but nope, that's not how it's going to be. Maybe there'll be 2 videos. Maybe you'll get lucky. Anyways, I'll see you guys then. Bye. Hey guys, make sure to like and share the video. If you'd like to subscribe to the channel or check out my Patreon, make sure to check out those links on the left side there. If you'd like to check out this series from the very beginning or another series that I'm doing, check out the links on the right. And thank you guys for watching. Have a great day.